The people want to know. People want to know who we are. Who we are. So we tell them. So we tell them. We are the middle class. We are the middle class. Mighty middle class. Mighty middle class. Allison, hold up your sign. Okay, you ready for this? Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. Buerkle, she's the worst. She puts millionaires' interests first. What do we want? Jobs! And when do we want it?
Now!
And when do we want? Jobs! And when do we want it?
Now!
And when do we want? Jobs! And when do we want it? Now! And when do we want it? Jobs! And when do we want it? Now! Hey, what do you say?
Middle class is here to stay.
Hey, what do you say?
Middle class is here to stay.
We're fired up!
Don't take no more.
We're fired up!
Don't take no more.
People want to know. People want to know.
People want to know
Who we are.
who we are.
So we tell them.
So we tell them.
And we are the middle class.
We are the middle class.
Mighty middle class.
Mighty middle class.
Fight for a right.
Fight for a right.
Fight for a future.
Fight for a future.
There ain't no power like the proud people, because proud people won't stop.
Say what?
There ain't no power like the proud people, because proud people won't stop.
Say what?
The people.
Today, we're going to have a few people talk about how all the stuff that's happening in Washington is affecting real people right here in Syracuse. First one we're bringing up, she is retired nurse from Cross Hospital, although she goes back and work on a per diem basis. I'm going to bring up Pat Mahoney. Pat?
Here today to protest the cuts in Medicare and Medicaid insisted upon by an incompetent group in Congress, Representative Buerkle and her Tea Party friends. They would have held their breaths until they turned blue, like a bunch of 2-year-olds, to make sure that corporations and the wealthy did not lose their tax breaks. They are protecting the very people who fund their campaigns and get them elected. These cuts hurt hospitals, healthcare workers, and most importantly, patients. They cost jobs. Hospitals and nursing homes depend on this money to fund their facilities, which means jobs. Jobs that can't be sent overseas, good-paying jobs with benefits that stay here in our communities. To accomplish this, we need to fund Medicare and Medicaid, not cut it. By cutting it, you are killing quality care and jobs.
That's right.
Please remember, Congressman Buerkle, you are only won by a handful of votes, and they're long gone, along with a lot of others.
That's right.
Hi. Actually, my friend and I both just lost our jobs due to foreign trade and the jobs going to Mexico. Somebody's actually in Mexico doing my job right now, and I'm unemployed. At the end of the month, I'm going to lose my health insurance, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So I realize how important healthcare is and making affordable healthcare for people, and also keeping jobs in the United States.
Yeah.
That's also.
Well, I haven't lost my job like 3 times in the past 2 years. Getting on COBRA and having to look for jobs, and it's hard out here right now. Seriously, it's hard. Not having health insurance is pretty rough since I have lupus and I can have a flare-up at any time. It's just rough right now, and I hope Emery Buerkle hears us down here. I hope everybody hears us down here. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I just want to be able to say that we're talking about jobs and Medicaid cuts that affects everybody in this community. So we got to keep coming until Buerkle and all our local government officials know who we are and hears us. And we got to be louder than this, because we need to send a strong message that we care about this community. All our elected officials talk about bringing jobs and everything to the community, but where is the jobs and where is the insurance? We care about our families here too. We can't sit by as a community and watch it happen because the officials care about getting elected and going to the people who elect them. We can't stand by and watch this modern day Holocaust. We have to send liberty and justice for all in America because that's what we stand for.
Thank you, Agnes. That was great.
Yeah.
Agnes has, wait, before you go, she has a great button on that says, vote as if your life depends on it because it does. And isn't that the truth, brothers and sisters? Your vote does. It really depends on it for having a good quality of life in our community.
Taxing the middle class and taxing working people more. We're for taxing the billionaires and the millionaires and the hedge fund operators and the CEOs who've been without tax increases during the Bush administration, and now they're paying practically nothing. Do you know that some of the corporations in this country are paying no federal income tax whatsoever? Is that justice? No. What we want is to save Medicare and Medicaid. We want more health care workers, not less.
Yeah.
Who takes care of the people on a daily basis? The nurse, the practical nurse, the nurse's aide, the nurse's orderly. These are the people we need more of. Cutting back these people will only destroy the health care program we have in this country. We need health care for all. We need more health care workers, not fewer. So what are we going to do? Tell Anne-Marie Buerkle, cut the nonsense out, Anne-Marie.
That's right.
She's for the unborn, but once you're born, screw you. We got to make sure she's not re-elected in 2012. We got to get rid of her. She doesn't understand. She wants to cut back on Medicare. Well, she says she is now cutting back on Medicare. Well, what the hell does she think she is when she votes for Paul Ryan's Medicare cut? It's a voucher system. They'll give you $8,000, and then you got to pay $12,000, $15,000 more out of your own pocket to afford Medicare in the future. That's what it's that. That's making working people, middle class, suffer enormously. What does she want to do about Social Security? Well, she wants to abolish it for those under 55. What the hell's that going to do? That's destroying Social Security. What we're saying to Anne-Marie Buerkle, can you hear us, Anne-Marie? We don't want you. We don't want your nut jobs on the right. We don't want any Tea Party crackpots. We want people with some sanity who are working for the middle class, the working people, and the poor. That's what we want. So let's not forget, brothers and sisters, we got to keep this up. We can't let her think she's winning. We've got to win.
Yeah.
Come back and tell her no more.